What's up, YouTube world? You know, your boy Boneyard here's been chilling at the end of the Gwent meta season. Kind of 2 months, we're getting ready for our big expansion, and so looking for things to kind of do in this time video-wise, because deck guides right now, not something I really want to focus on, since we're, you know, it's 2-month-long meta, end of the season, new expansion on the horizon. There's a lot coming up. So, you know, one thing I've noticed is when I'm, you know, whether I be streaming or I'm a chatter in another stream, when they get through with the game, if the opponent was rather annoying or did certain things, played certain things, you know, a lot of times there'd be a debate at the end about whether you should GG or not, right? You know, oh, don't GG him, oh, don't GG this, and I always felt like whenever those questions would come up, you would get a lot of responses. Everybody seems to have an opinion on when you should GG an opponent. So that kind of made me think, huh? You know, a lot of people seem to have thoughts on when you should or shouldn't GG. You know, I wonder what that is. And so when you have questions, you do what any sensible human being does. You ask fucking Reddit, right? So that's what we did, right? We asked Reddit what their opinions on GGing were, and it was a little bit of the train wreck you might expected it to be, but it was also in good fun. We got a lot of responses, a lot of good feedback on it, so I think we'll dive in and share some of the best feedback that we got from Reddit on our GGing post, and see what you guys think. Enjoy. You know, when you win, you GG, it's usually pretty easy, but what about in defeat? Is it any easier? You know, pause. You're at this moment. You're chilling. You just lost. Maybe the opponent did some things you didn't like. You're mad, a little tilted possibly. And you come to this screen and you have to decide. You're just going to click that next button, cruise on through, not throw your opponent a little bit of resources because they did X, Y, or Z to you. You know, I think we've all been there. When to GG or when we think we're not gonna GG. So I posed some questions about things I think people will do to not get you to click on the GG button. What kind of things trigger you so that you say, fuck you, man, I ain't giving you shit. So here was our discussion, and I posed the question pretty simple. So this question comes up a lot, and I mean a lot, which it does, in mine and many other Gwent streams. So I thought I'd ask Reddit what their opinions were in making an unofficial guide to GGing your opponents. Basically, when should or shouldn't you GG your opponent based on what you guys thought. You know, but I always hear just GG everyone, and I say to you, sir or madam, you're a scholar and a gentleman. Resources for everyone, right? Reality is we don't GG everyone, and I want to know when and why you don't GG people. Things I've heard, and I want your opinions in no particular orders. So then I list off reasons that I'm pretty familiar on why I think people don't GG. So here's my list, starting off at number 1. If an opponent runs a certain faction that you don't like. Oh, fuck Syndicate, man. So number 2 is if an opponent runs a certain ability leader that you don't like. Oh, look at this asshole playing Lockdown. Come on, man. So, number 3, if an opponent runs a certain deck type that pisses you off. Oh no, he's gonna try to mill me. Come on, man. Number 4 is if an opponent runs a net deck or a deck that you consider to be OP is broken tier 0. I'm so sick of Skellige Warriors. Come on, man. Number 5 is going to be if they're running a meme style deck, something that is just RNG based. Ugh. The memes. Come on, man. 6 would be whether they've got a certain card in the deck that really drives you crazy. Oh my god. Double shoot? Come on, man. 7's going to be roping. You know, just how much roping is considered too much or rude to you. Yeah, how fast do you expect players to keep on pace before you get extremely annoyed. The roping with this one. Hurry up. Come on, man. Next up is the BMing. You know, do you like a well-placed BM? Does any BMing piss you off? How much of it can you handle? And when do you consider it too far for no GG for Mr. Opponent? Oh my god, the BMing with this one. Come on, man. So, 9 will be if the opponent closes the app and forces you into a loading screen instead of a proper forfeit. Really, man? Can't just forfeit the right way? Come on, man. So, to finish out the list, 10, if you pass with cards in hand in a lower score, so you know, instead of forfeiting, you're just passing, and the opponent finishes out their cards or combos, things like that. Does that deserve a GG for you? And then 11, something I kind of have followed sometimes, and I've heard other people say that look, if you're the winner, it's on the winners to GG. And then so when I lose, I kind of wait to see if I get a GG before I return to GG and whatnot. And then through your feedback, one of the biggest ones I think I had to have heard was bringing tier 1 decks or net decks or really good decks that have been established in the meta into casual mode. So, you know, when people are playing casual mode, they're either testing out decks or having fun. They don't want to see the same stuff in casual that they do in ladder. So I thought that was fair. We heard that quite often. So there's our list. So we'll kind of dive into your feedback here and see what the comments have to say. So we'll start off with some comments here, and you know, this Perlo says, for some reason GG to me is a way of saying thanks for the game. I'm glad we did this, and I like to use GG as a way to differentiate and highlight the good games rather than use it as a sportsmanship flag. So with that in mind, I send a GG with if a player ropes me 50% of the match. So, you know, definitely kind of along this line is some of the, you know, kind of what we highlight in the list above. With someone's playing a tier 1 best deck and misplays, but win because their deck has not been nerfed yet, so strong. So, you know, definitely a lot to kind of consider there in your game. A lot to analyze before you click the button there. You know, Drax highlighted all my pieces, whether he GGs or whether he doesn't. GG for you, GG for you, and a GG for you. Besides, you know, consistent tots, intentionally roping. Again, you know, we saw the roping quite a bit. The playing a good deck outside of ladder. Opponent disconnects after last say. You know, definitely kind of the same place instead of the proper forfeit. Let's see. Let's see. So Bing Bin says there's a certain scenario I've seen quite a few times. I've mostly played seasonal casual to farm mastery contracts. Sometimes when I have a weaker deck, or at least perceived, the opponent might try to 2-0 me, but if I win round 2, better yet, with the card up, and also the game, he won't GG. I first wait for the GG in those cases. I get the feeling they won't. It's kind of like he rages that David beat Glad. So, you know, like I said, same thing that I kind of did. If sometimes, depending on my opponent, I'll wait for a GG when I lose, and then kind of move on. You know, real quick, you know, let's see. Appreciate all the feedback we got. I mean, 140 comments in the Gwent Reddit's quite a bit, so we're super excited about the comments that we got. Let's see. Always, unless they spam, taunt, obvious roping, intentional disconnect, you know, kind of what we listed above there. But like I said, a lot of people just feel strongly about, you know, if you do these number of things to me, you're not gonna get a GG. But you know, kudos to the inspector. He's all about spreading the love and the resources. So certainly nice. Yes, yes, yes. BMing in what way? If I do something considered BM, I don't GG. You know, the BMing is a thing that I'll say. I don't mind a well-placed BM, and I kind of commented that on that if I see a BM from an opponent where they're paying attention to what's going on in the game, they recognize something interesting has happened, and then they lay down a BM, I'm all about it. I think that's great. It's just when it gets like spammy and repetitive that I think BMing really becomes annoying. I generally GG everyone unless they disconnect. In that case, I wait a bit. If there's genuine disconnect, you know, I'll be able to GG them. I do it back. Else those roper, severe roping, last card, etc. are the only ones I don't. I GG everyone except those that slow play. So again, a lot of roping. Pretty much GG every time. So I love the people that came in and said, you know, there's no reason to not GG. Gwent's a better place, people, when we all GG. Why can't we all just GG? You know, and I tell you what, I think I'm going to jump on that bandwagon. It's interesting, too, because when you jump on that bandwagon, I think, too, like, if I kick an opponent's ass and I really kind of beat it to him and I GG and he doesn't GG me back, I already feel like, you know, that he's that, you kind of even get a little bit more joy knowing that your opponent's salty about his loss. So I feel like that's why I'm gonna GG. Here's your resources. I'm not salty about my loss. You didn't get it, you didn't get to me, you're not under my skin. You know, kind of letting them not feel like, you know, you're on to the next game and you already forgot about the one behind you. Let's see. Opponent plays more than 2 unnecessary cards last round after they've already passed and he's already had. I've heard about, well, what about people wanting to finish contracts? You know, hey, great. You want to finish contract? Cool. You ain't getting a GG from a lot of people because they don't want to sit there and waste cards. And because of the XP that you get, you know, some people don't want to forfeit because it reduces the XP they get, but they're really hoping that you'll, hey, you've got the win, pass ahead instead of trying to finish out your damn combos. Let's see, there's only 5 reasons for which I don't GG. Roping, taunts, spamming the taunts, opponent plays more than 2 unnecessary cards last round, obvious farming XP quests without having intention of actually winning the game. Or the rage quits. I've done that, you know, where I get in casual and I'm trying to get quests done, and once I've played my X amount of Witcher cards, I might forfeit. I can understand that. You're getting in to test your deck out, and really you found out that you got nowhere with it. So yeah, don't like see, I like the GG there. If I don't GG when I get taunted after losing due to my own misplays or misdraws, I mean, I'm with you, but that's the, you know, I get it. That's a lot of people, you know, get salty about, you know, you're adding fuel to the fire when you BM on a misplay, but you know, I'm okay with that. Lot, like I said, the comments here were pretty deep. Almost GG every time. It's muscle memory. Only exception is extreme BM taunts, spamming them. Occasional taunt is quite funny. 100% agree. When I play against someone who's high rolled disgustingly, well, they played badly. I'm talking like Alzar, and yeah. I mean, sometimes like when you're right, like opponent just completely hits all their cards, can be a little bit annoying. But I certainly usually like, hey, they're playing an RNG deck. It goes well against you, but might not go well against all the time. So it kind of does suck when, you know, you feel like that's an extremely RNG deck and it's just hitting against you. So as we scroll up to some of the higher rated comments here, let's see. Roping and taunting still get a GG. I can mute that. Yeah, that's true. You can mute taunts if you don't know that. If taunts do piss you off, you always can mute them. Here was a decent one. GG is free. I do not pay anything unless it's something you know, it is not something difficult to oppress. So I give GG to everyone unless they intentionally rope every round for no reason, constantly spam emotes. So I mean, I think most people generally BM. So it's nice that they've all, you know, got their one caveat that says you're not getting anything from me. This is where I agree. People that use the hurry up several times is annoying. You know, I'm with you. If you BM before the bar shows up, then you're just taunting. I think if people aren't consistently getting to their extra timer bar and you're just spamming hurry up, because I feel like I get BM'd a lot before I've even made it to my my roping bar. I still GG anyways because I give opponents the benefit of the doubt. There are instances sometimes when I do disconnect during the worst possible time, making me look like a douche when I really just lost connection. Yeah, I mean, if you do lose connection, legitimately, you're probably not going to get a GG for most people just because they've really got to play out the scenario in it. And then, I mean, if you do disconnect, technically you're out of the app and you can't GG them back. So some people are like, hey, I'm not getting resources from your disconnect. I'm not giving you resources. So some interesting pieces there. Like I said, a lot of stuff in here. So, you know, getting to the top comments here, you know, IGG everyone except, you know, this is why this was 87 upvotes from Papa Vesemir, is I think this is your general rule of thumb that most of the community found. IGG everyone, except for the intentionally ropers, and play the card at the last turn every round. So I think that's what most people got. But my favorite comment of this whole experiment is from, I'm not even sure if I can pronounce homeboy's name here, but he says, I GG all the time. But if opponent BMs a lot, and if I won, very important, I do the OceanMud way of delaying my GG. And, you know, if OceanMud does GG everyone, even mill players, but I didn't know what this was all about. And so I think I'm going to leave you guys with two things. GG everybody. Let's all make Gwent a better place. I'm, for one, gonna do my best to GG everyone. Even if I'm salty, even if I'm pissed, let's make Gwent a better place and GG. And if you are pissed, let's all do the OceanMud GG.
Alright, cool. Alright, that was a tough game, right? Alright, that was a tough game, Drew. Against the Commander Bushwick. That was a tough game. The only thing is we only used one spear the entire game. I didn't use Scorch, I didn't use anything. So by all means, it was a standard deck with one spear in it.
gonna try to not be mad. I'm gonna try to not be mad.
If you guys don't know, there's 2 games. The first game is when you play someone. We've already done that game. The second game is when they GG you and you're still in the screen because you wait for them to get into a game. And he's already done with this game. He just wants to forget about it, right? GG! And now we GG him.